In this review, I'm going to look at the new Marvel Legends Maximum Series Hulk. Hulk comes in a big window box. You can see all the accessories he comes with. You get the Marvel Legends logo up top, big Maximum Series logo down here, little tiny Hulk. Product imaging on the side, which is a render, another render on the back. And let's go ahead and take a look and see what this looks like. Here we have the Maximum Hulk in the plastic tray. You can see 2 extra head sculpts, the missile that's broken in half, the wires coming out, one part of the thunderclap effect, and on the secondary tray we get 2 more sets of hands. We get the new thunderclap hands, other 2 parts for the thunderclap pieces. And here we have the Maximum Hulk outside the plastic tray, and I'd say he looks pretty cool, and very interested to see how well this new torso moves and how forward it can crunch forward. It's got a lot more new parts than I was originally thinking. I knew it had the new upper torso, but I didn't realize the ab section is actually new as well. We'll go through like a little comparison here in a moment with the 80th anniversary Hulk. But accessory wise, we do get the windswept effects for the hands, and they are left and right specific. The snap onto the flat palm for the thunderclap, and you get comes on style on the figure, 1 grip hand, open display hand, 2 fist, left and right. We get the alternate heads. These have the pupils painted, irises and pupils. The sculpts are nice, got digital printing. And Ed McGuinness style head. It's a friend of mine he actually swapped the hair on these 2. Actually, it looks pretty good too. Now, I did modify the head, it's on it already. Painted the irises and the pupils, and touched up the white on the teeth. I didn't like having just solid white eyes. I think it makes it look a lot better, in my personal opinion. You also get the concussive blast effect with thunderclap, and you get your rocket that's broken in half, and that is removable. I'll probably never use this piece. I do like the effects pieces here, and add to the figure. As for movement on this new upper torso, you get some really good range forward, something we haven't had on a Hulk for a long time. And a lot of people are like really trashing this figure, but it's not really deserving of being trashed. They're trying something new with a Storm collectible style chest, and it actually works pretty good. There is one limitation it has. It moves forward really good, so we can do your thunderclap, and you do get the little bit of bunching with the rubber overlay. But you don't get any movement back, you get like half a click. That's as far as it goes back. But it goes forward really well. So it crunches all the way over. You can actually have a Hulk cross his arms. Degeneration X. Break it down. But it's a really good range of movement on those. For all the new parts on here, of course, the upper torso is new, the ab section's new, the shoulders are new, and of course the 3 new head sculpts. We get 2 new hands for the open palm thunderclap hands, and we get new feet, which I do like the upgrade on the feet. It was one of the things with the 80th. They're short and stubby. They look like baby feet. These are a little more better proportioned. They're longer. All new sculpt. Get more veins on top of the foot. But, it looks pretty good. So the range of movement's really good. We can go ahead and do a rundown articulation. One thing I didn't like, he couldn't look up out of the box. That was a limitation. I did modify mine inside the internal neck socket. I notched that out. So now mine will look up. Before it was straight ahead, that's it. You had good range of movement side to side, roll around on a ball joint, but he couldn't look up at all. But now he can, which they should have had that notch from the get-go. We get hinged shoulders. They go up to here. We get full 360. Bicep rotation, which this is actually the bicep. It's the same as the 80th anniversary Hulk from here down. The bicep is a floating piece around a shaft that connects to the forearm. So you get the twist of the forearm and around 90 degrees on the forearm. In the swivel wrist. Same on all the hands. We get crunch back, crunch forward. You get rotation at that diaphragm joint, rotation to waist. We get the ball joint hips, same as the 80th anniversary Hulk. It's except for the feet, from the waist down, it's all 80th anniversary Hulk. Kick forward, kick back, thigh rotation, double joint knees, hinged ankles, go down, and forward. Get ankle pivots and toe hinges. You get a good range of movement on the figure. One thing I will notice with articulating the figure, especially on the lower body, it feels a little looser than the 80th. The hips are like very free moving. The knees move very freely. Ankles are very free moving too. They're not loose, but definitely moves freer than the 80th anniversary Hulk. I think it's just the plastic, because it feels a little softer, different. With bringing in the 80th, you got here, as you can see, he does share parts. So in the biceps, forearms, several of the hands are reused, the fist and the open grip hands. Those are all reused, which I kind of was seeing like the retooling of the pegs. Never have liked how small these pegs are for just massive fist, because after they did the 80th anniversary Hulk, they started making the pegs bigger for larger hands, which they would have done some retooling there with that. But you can see the ab sections are different. And you got more veins on the new torso. I don't think it's not as wide. The belly button's lower on the new one. So I was originally thinking that's going to be the same lower torso, but it is an all new lower torso. I do like the sculpt of this one better. It does look nice. And one thing too, he is a little bit narrower. The chests are about the same width, but from like the arms sitting a little bit deeper. Let's see, line it up here. Top is lined up. Bottom. And you can see that the shoulder comes down a little farther on the 80th. Also it's hard to make out on the camera, but the colors are quite different in person. Original pictures are showing like almost seem like they were a similar color, but this is a much more vibrant green. This has got a little more of a yellow tones mixed in with the green to darken it up a little bit. This is much brighter, more gamma green. Remember Capcom versus Marvel style green. Gamma charge. For the paint, that's where it gets a little disappointing. At the premium price point this thing is at $60, this should be decked out in paint. Well, Spider-Man, all the web lines are considered deco, so that's got a lot of paint on it. That's Maximum Spider-Man. We kind of just got basic paint job on the Hulk. On the body itself, we get some green highlights, like on the high spots, on the shoulders, the pecs, biceps, the forearms, and the back of the hands and the feet, and a little bit on the traps up here. And we get some painted up the frays around the waistline and on the cuffs of around the lower legs, around the tears. The problem is, it stops. They stop painting on the back of the figure. There's nothing back here. This is a $60 figure. This should be getting a premium paint job. Really, at this price point, these veins should be picked out. Should be getting some shading on the pants. The 20th anniversary Marvel Legends figure had highlights on the pants and better painted apps, and it was a cheaper figure. I know it was still using this body, which is this is using most of it. People complaining. I don't know if anybody's complaining about the lack of paint. I'm a customizer too. It's one of the things I noticed, or anything on paint. Like I said, it bugged me that they didn't paint the eyes, and I went back and painted the eyes on this one. But this would really, being a maximum series, should have more paint. The total lack of paint is, I know I'm harping on this a little too long, but that is my biggest gripe on the thing. Like I said, I don't mind them trying something new with the torso, like the Storm collectible upper torso. It seems like it's a little short-sighted not to have it go backwards, though. We get half a click backwards, but we get good range forward, but nothing back. So if you want to Hulk the pose with the butterflies going backwards, you still need your 80th. With the head sculpts, like I said, I don't consider any of these a definitive head for the Hulk. We get an Ed McGuinness head. I forget the artist what this one's based on. They're not sculpted horribly, but none of these were what I consider like definitive heads. This one is the really odd one. This was the default head it comes with. They didn't paint the eyes from out of the factory. This is based on an alternate cover of Immortal Hulk done by Del Keown. It's just a weird choice for the default head. We don't have any definitive Hulk head in the maximum Incredible Hulk. A face-off style Hulk head. That would have been great on this. Speaking of, let's see what it looks like. This is paint matched for the 80th, so the colors are going to be a little off. This is the style head I would want for a maximum Hulk. A good classic Savage Hulk head. If I was going to consider this be like the main Hulk for people to get, I would want a head sculpt kind of like this. It doesn't have to be this, but this is still like one of the best Incredible Hulk heads that's been done on an action figure. Toy Biz really nailed it. Now this one has been enlarged to fit the 80th anniversary Hulk body, but overall, this is what I wanted for a definitive Hulk. Let's go ahead and do some comparisons. We got the 80th anniversary Hulk. We got the gray Hulk from the 2-pack. which also has a new torso, only used on this one. We got Caliban, Son of Hulk Scar. It's a good size difference between these two, which is, this is actually using a lot of Caliban parts with new torso. Crimson Dynamo, Red Guardian, OG Bucky Cap, new Bucky Cap, MCU Build-A-Figure, Hulk, Monster Venom. We got the other Maximum figure, Spider-Man, Eric Masterson Thor. We got the new Punisher and the Destroyer. And just for the fun of it, my original character Bruton and Thragon. Overall, it's a good looking Hulk. The big issue with this one is the price point. If this was all new tooling, all new mold, I would have had no problem with it. The price point would have met expectations if it was like the definitive all new sculpt, pinless joints, and I'm tired of these pants. So you got the limitations like the articulation, because you can't kick up very far, can't go back very far. So, and Hulk's good. Got the same torn pants. I just really, it should have been an all new sculpt. Is it a terrible figure? No, it is not. And I like the new things they're doing with the torso. You do get some bunching up with it. The squishy torso, honk honk. But overall, it is still a good looking piece. It just needed more paint. If we're not getting the new sculpt, for the most part, like I said, we got some new parts on it. It needed more paint. This should have been decked out with paint. They should have had veins picked out, the highlights and shading throughout the figure. A definitive Hulk head sculpt. It should have had a classic head. We should have had a classic Hulk head come with this. That's no question. I like Ed McGuinness, and I like the Del Keown, and I know the artist that this was based on, it escapes me. But these are all cool, but none of these are definitive Hulk. But overall, don't let the negative people like go on and like saying like this is just pure trash. It's not. It is a decent figure. It's just lacking paint at this price point. That is the biggest downfall for this for me. If we're paying a $60 price point and not getting all new tooling, it should have had a premium finish. It doesn't have a premium finish. And I'm still curious to see how this will hold up over time. We've seen other figures with rubber parts deteriorate, crumble. The Mattel's Swamp Thing, it had the rubber over the body over a articulated skeleton. Just comes apart. So we'll see how this holds up. Would have been nice to get this for about $40. I'd have less complaints about it. Like I said, my major complaint is not having a definitive head and lack of paint. But anyway, thank you for taking the time to watch the video. Remember, like, share, comment, subscribe, and I'll catch y'all next time.